Okay, welcome back, guys. We are continuing the predictions for Week 12, and the next game that we have up is the Carolina Panthers against the Miami Dolphins. The Panthers come into this game. 1 second. Yeah, there we go. Panthers come into this game 5-6. And the Dolphins come in 4-7. So, game is in Miami, and I like the defense for Miami. I know Carolina has a reputation for a great defense. I think that people are starting to see that this Miami team is coming alive. Honestly, they've underachieved all season, but I had every belief that they would do better. I like their coaching. Matt Rule, on the other hand, I'm not so sure yet. He's a little too early to say whether he's a legit great coach or not. I do like Carolina in some ways. I mean, I love the fact that McCaffrey gives them so much diversity to their offense. I do like them getting Cam Newton back. But I like the defense more. I like the home field advantage. I think Miami's going to win this game. I wouldn't anticipate it being all that high scoring. I'm going to say 27-17. Miami would win this game. You got the Tennessee Titans that are 8-3, traveling to the 7-4 New England Patriots. Now, why I say it's a beauty is because, I do like Tennessee, but they do have some injuries. Obviously, they're missing King Henry. The team in general, I think, is really not playing quite as well as it could. They've lost a couple of games that they had no business losing. And now they're going into New England, where New England's defense is really coming on. Their offense is steady. Josh McDaniels is a good offense. He's one of the best offensive coordinators in the league, and they're tough to beat if you can't get them off of their game. So that's going to be a tough matchup. One of the things I like about Tennessee, if people haven't seen this already, Tennessee has one of the best short yardage run defenses for years now. For the past couple of years, I'd say 2-3 years, they've been playing short yardage run defense better than anybody in the league, at least in my opinion. Consistently. I don't care if you're trying to sneak the ball. They're that good with their run defense. New England, they really like to run the ball and short passing, a little bit like Brady days. I like the fact that Tennessee can stop the run. I'd like to see Tennessee win this game and stop the momentum, to be honest, because I'm not a Pats fan. But I got to be honest, I think things favor the Patriots in this game. They're home. That makes a difference. It's not like last year, guys. Remember last year it didn't seem to make a difference if they were home or not? But that's because there were no fans in the stands. But I'm going to give the advantage to the Patriots. I don't think it's going to be really high scoring. 24-21, the Patriots win this game. Oh, and I forgot to mention, you noticed the different background? Yeah, well, I'm moving around, doing it again. And also, I'm not going through some of the key stats and all that because I'm trying to limit how long the video is. I think that the attention span is, for most people, is but so long. So that's my motivation. Let's see how this works out. I hope you guys like it. Next game up, we've got an interdivisional game. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers traveling to the Cincinnati Bengals. The Steelers are 5-4-1 coming into the game, and the Bengals are 6-4. Like I said, they're home. So this is a nice matchup. I'm not a Big Ben is the answer. Big Ben is, I think everybody realizes, he's kind of on his last leg, not as mobile as he once was, not as strong-armed as he once was. He can still throw it, he can still move the rock, but no, I don't see him playing to the level that he was playing before. Certainly not as mobile and not as strong in the pocket. Meanwhile, Excuse me. Meanwhile, that Cincinnati team, they've got weapons. They've got Joe Mixon as the running back. They've got a really talented wide receiver core. Even their tight end group is not bad. So their offensive line's improved. They are home. I got to give the advantage to Cincinnati. I think the naughty natty, they make this, they win the game. And the only way that Pittsburgh can win is if their defense totally dominates. Their defense is still strong, and they can make things difficult. But I do see this being a game where Cincinnati gets the job done. I like their offense. I could see them scoring 33 points, 33-24. 33-24, the Bengals win the game. Atlanta Falcons, who are 4-6, traveling to the 2-8 Jacksonville Jaguars. And game's in Jacksonville. My take on this is kind of simple. I mean, I just feel like, Jacksonville has basically been a train wreck all season. I feel like Atlanta's had some tough losses, but overall, I think this is what their record really is. I mean, this is who they are. I don't think this is a fluke. They've got Calvin Ridley that's on personal leave still. They're adjusting to life without Julio. They do have Kyle Pitts. Their offensive line still needs a lot of work. Their defense is, let's just call it a work in progress. I think they're doing some good things, but they're a work in progress. Meanwhile, Jacksonville, I think their defense has moments. Their offense has some talent, but they're just somehow not putting it together on offense. I think give this team some time to gel on offense and maybe better coaching, and then you're going to see that team on offense look a lot better. Maybe the team eventually gets to being kind of a 500 team. But, things can turn around real quick. Anyway, long story short, I do see Atlanta coming into Jacksonville and barring the major upsets because, look, Jacksonville has had a couple upsets this season. I mean, they're probably not favored in just about every game. But, barring a major upset, I think Jacksonville will lose this game. And the Falcons probably win it, and not too high scoring. I'm going to go 21-13, 21-13. The Falcons win the game. So the next game is the Los Angeles Chargers, who go into this game at 6-3, traveling to the Denver Broncos, who are 4-5, and this is an interesting game because, I really like the Chargers. I don't know how it is that they've lost as many games as they've lost. They've got, Herbert, and I think that Justin Herbert's is a really, really talented quarterback. They've got a talented receiving core. They've got some big play guys on defense. They've got a much improved offensive line. They've got a workhorse in Eckler at running back. They're the away team, though. They're playing in Denver. Denver traditionally has been a hard place to play. Denver's no slouch either. They've been pretty solid, in terms of their quarterback play. They seem like they're being better coached this year. Their defense looks strong. They definitely look good against the Cowboys. And they just haven't, I don't know, they haven't won a lot of ball. They got good receivers. They've had some injuries in that department, but they're just a better team than I think their record shows, and they're home. It's a good, favorable matchup for the Broncos, but I just think that the Chargers are a better team, and the Chargers should come out ahead in this game in a tight one. I think the game might be on the lower scoring side. I'm going to say that the Chargers win the game 21-17, 21-17. The Chargers win. Okay, so here is one of the best games of the weekend, and that is the Los Angeles Rams traveling to the Green Bay Packers. I don't think I have to tell you why this game is good. First of all, the Rams are 7-3. The Green Bay Packers are 8-3. Now, Green Bay is home, and the Rams have lost 2 in a row. The Green Bay's coming off a loss. I don't know. I think both teams are really strong contenders this year. As a matter of fact, I think a lot of people have said, and I agree, that there's like 5 really top teams in the NFC. These 2 teams are 2 of those top 5. I really love Aaron Rodgers. I ain't gonna lie. Love Aaron Rodgers. I think a lot of Matthew Stafford. I don't have to say it, but that Rams team on offense and under McVay has been really good. And that's by no means a diss on LaFleur, because LaFleur's been nothing but lucky charms, if you will. I mean, 2 NFC championships in a row, and now off to a great start for this season after the first loss against the Saints, the first game. But they're a strong contender, and they're home. And the Rams, meanwhile, I think they're going to be hungry for a win, really hungry for a win. And that makes them dangerous. If you did chalk, you'd have to go with Green Bay. I like to mix it up and go chalk as well as heart. So, and sometimes just guts. Sometimes it's just gut instinct. And I don't know. I feel like the Rams, can win this game. They can win this game. It's definitely not going to be easy for them. Make no mistake, it's not going to be easy for them. It never is when you talk Aaron Rodgers and the team as talented as they are. But I think this could easily be. I say easily. This could easily go the other way, and the Rams win the game. For that reason, I think I'm going to go with the Rams. I think the Rams win this game. I think it's going to be a pretty high-scoring game. I don't think either team is going to be able to really stop the other one. So I'm going to say it's a high-scoring game. But let's go 37-33. 37-33. The Rams win the game. The Minnesota Vikings, who are 5-5, traveling to the San Francisco 49ers, who are also 5-5. These are 2, I don't know what you want to call it, hard to figure out, these 2 teams. I mean, Minnesota, people consider them a contender. They're certainly talented. They've got Dalvin Cook. They've got Kirk Cousins. They've got an improved offensive line. They've got 2 talented receivers with Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen. They've got a defense that looks like it's revived. And obviously Mike Zimmer is really coaching for his job, right? So there's a lot on the line here for this Viking team. And I think that they've got good momentum to potentially make it to the playoffs. Meanwhile, the Niners are playing in a very tough division. They're getting decent quarterbacking from Garoppolo, and I think it's kind of surprising. I don't know who disagrees, but I think Garoppolo is a average at best, quarterback. But he's playing fairly well. And let's see, their running game can be explosive, but their passing game leaves a lot to be desired. I mean, Brandon Ayuk has not taken off the way that people thought he would. A lot of analysts thought that he was going to somehow explode into being a top wide receiver. I didn't believe that. People said, the Niners are going to be a much better team this year. They're going to be a Super Bowl contender because they're coming back from all these injuries. But I didn't believe that. And they also drafted the kid with the third pick. A second pick. They drafted Trey Lance. And this is a kid who, has like 1 year of starting under his belt in college. And he's talented. He's physically gifted. Maybe one day he's going to be a terrific quarterback. But as we have seen, so far his best attribute is his athleticism. But he's got a long way to go when it comes to reading the defenses and understanding the level of play in the NFL, just how complicated it is, certainly not college. So, Garoppolo continues to start, and we'll see just how long it is before or how the Niners end up weaving him into the offense. So the home field advantage goes to the Niners. The better team right now, in my opinion, is the Minnesota Vikings. I like the Vikings to win this game. I like the Vikings to win this game. I think they're gonna do their thing and win. I really love the linebackers, by the way, for the Kendricks in particular, for the Vikings. Not that Fred Warner is a slouch, but I really like Kendricks. My God, I've seen this guy fly around. He just has a feel for what offenses are doing. He gets in the right places, makes plays. I love this kid. I'm going to go with the Vikings in this game. I don't think it's going to be particularly high scoring. It could be, potentially, but I think the Vikings will pull out of this game they'll score about 31. And meanwhile, the 49ers I don't think have as explosive an offense. So I'm going to say 31-21, the Vikings win this game. Got the Cleveland Browns, who are 6-5, traveling to the Baltimore Ravens, who are 7-3. So we've got another interdivisional game. Again, Baltimore is the home team. Baltimore, what do I tell you? You know, Lamar is a little injured. The running game isn't as strong as it's been in previous years. The defense isn't as strong as it's been in previous years. I know they're missing one of their cornerbacks, who's obviously a key player in all that. I think that they're just not. I think they're just not as strong, though. In general, I think some of their players are getting a little older. I don't feel like they're really as dominant. Man for man, I don't think they're as strong and as dominant. Meanwhile, Cleveland is not, talk about strong. They're not as strong as they're supposed to be. This defense, people believe that they had put the right pieces in place to have a top-notch defense. That really hasn't happened. And same goes for their offense. Their offense is supposed to be a dominating offensive line. That offensive line hasn't really dominated anybody. Their receiving core, now without Odell Beckham, is basically very average. They do have, I think, better than average tight ends because they're deeper there than most teams. And certainly running back, they're proving to be more than just, Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb. There's this what is it called? DeAndre Ernest or something like that? I have to double check the name. But this guy came in, when they were both injured and really showed what he could do. He is a talented running back, and I think that they're still strong on the ground. But even more important than the running backs is the quarterback, and I think game to game, it looks like Baker Mayfield is kind of proving himself to be an average quarterback. Should he be re-signed? I mean, I think so, but should he get a big contract like he's a top quarterback? No way would I do that if I was the general manager for the Cleveland Browns. That all being said, Cleveland's going into Baltimore. I think Baltimore will probably find a way, mostly because they're home, but I think they're going to find a way to win. I do think they're going to find a way to win. It looks like the 6-5 Browns are about to hit 500, and this is a team that has big hopes on, the postseason and doing something special this year. Look, I'd like to see for the folks in Cleveland them have success, but they're still missing some pieces. So I think the Baltimore Ravens win this game. I think it's going to be relatively low scoring. I see it being a slugfest. Probably 28-24. 28-24, the Ravens win the game. For our Monday night game, guys, we've got a doozy. It's the sinking Seattle Seahawks at 3-7 playing against the Washington football team, who is they just came off a big win, and they're 4-6. So call it what you like. I don't think that either team is going anywhere this year. The game, like I said, is in Washington. Tyler Heineke. Yeah, it's so hard to remember this. Tyler Heineke is the quarterback for the Washington football team. And, he's kind of hot and cold because he makes a ton of mistakes, but he doesn't give the ball away the way that, Jameis Winston did his last year with the Tampa Bay Bucks. Meanwhile, you've got Russell Wilson on the other side, who is a legit star quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks. The problem there is that outside of Russell and their two receivers, decent running back, their offense is so, I don't know, it's a real mismatch. It doesn't seem to be a cohesive offense with any real path. It just looks like everything runs through Russell and a lot of ad lib. That's what I mean when I tell you that it doesn't look like it's really a cohesive offense. So I don't like that. And then they're playing against a very good Washington team defensively. Their stats were really in the toilet earlier in the year, but they're starting to come on. That's scary. So, look, if I'm the Seahawks, I'm thinking this defense is going to be real. We're playing in a hostile environment. We got to play better football. Their defense, the Seahawks defense, they had their moments of shine this year. They showed some improvement. But overall, I don't think that defense is anything special at all. So the the Washington football team should be able to dominate, should be able to operate, not dominate, because I don't think they can dominate anybody, to be honest. But they can operate, they can score, they can get the crowd behind them. I think they can win the game. The Seahawks just aren't the Seahawks that we're used to seeing over the past, call it 9-10 years. They've been very competitive, gotten to a couple of Super Bowls, won their division a bunch of times. But it's already being talked about. I mean, the connection between Carroll and Russell Wilson, that seems to be, on the tail end of its relationship. It looks like they're gonna probably ride off into the sunset because there's some major changes needed in Seattle. So that all being said, the Washington football team wins this game. Shouldn't be all that high scoring. I'm going to go 28-21. 28-21. Washington wins the game. So we come to the end of another predictions weekend. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you enjoyed the change of scenery behind me because I'm still figuring things out as far as bringing you some better content as far as the graphics and diagrams and such. I mean, I'd really like to show you more action and talk behind it, but I mean, we'll get there. Just bear with me, guys. Most important, if you're enjoying the commentary, if you're enjoying my takes, if you see my predictions coming out right, well, then that speaks very highly for why you would want to watch it, especially if you're one of those people that loves to bet, right? So hope you enjoy. Fingers crossed that my predictions are accurate, and thank you for joining. All right, like and subscribe. Love you. Catch you later.